Let's check on Tom Brady now. This is after taking a drop.
Hello, my name is David.
And I'm Luke.
And today we are doing a movement analysis project on the golf swing, and we are focusing on the upper body.
The purpose of our movement is to raise the golf club and to produce downward momentum so as to hit the ball, sending it from point A to point B.
Phase number 1, resting position. While in resting position, the bones that are being used are the humerus, the radius, the ulna, the scaphoid, the lunate, the triquetral, the hamate, the corpus, the pisiform, the trapezoid, the trapezium, the metacarpals, and the phalanges. The joints that are being used during phase 1 are the midcarpal joints, the carpometacarpal joint, the metacarpal phalangeal joints, the interphalangeal joints, and the glenohumeral joint. The midcarpal joint is between the following bones: the scaphoid, lunate, triquetral, and pisiform, includes the trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and the hamate. The classification for this joint is a gliding joint, which is in the synovial category. The carpometacarpal joint is in between the first metacarpal and the trapezium. This joint is an ellipsoidal joint and is in the synovial category. The metacarpal phalangeal joints are in between the metacarpals and the proximal phalanges. The joint type is condyloid and it is in the synovial category. The interphalangeal joints are between the proximal to middle phalanges and the middle to distal phalanges. These joints are hinged joints and are categorized as synovial. The glenohumeral joint is between the scapula bone and the humerus bone. It is a ball and socket joint and is categorized as synovial.
The muscle groups in phase 1 of the golf swing are the finger flexors, wrist extenders, elbow extenders, arm medial rotators, arm flexors, and arm adductors.
Phase number 2, the follow-through. Bones that are used are the same as phase number 1, but the scapula is added. The joints are the same as phase number 1, just that 4 are added. Are the radiocarpal joint, the humeral lunar joint, the humeral radial joint, and the radio-ulnar joint. The radiocarpal joint is between the bottom bone, which is the radius, and the top scaphoid, lunate, and triquetral. The joint type is condyloid and is categorized as synovial. Humeral ulnar joint is between the humerus and the ulna. It is a hinged joint and is categorized as synovial. Humeral radial joint is in between the radius and the humerus bones. It is a hinged joint and is categorized as synovial. Radial ulnar is between the radius and ulna. It is a triquetral and pivot type of joint. It is categorized as a synovial.
The muscle groups in phase 2 of the golf swing are the finger flexors, forearm rotators, elbow flexors, elbow extenders, arm flexors and extenders, arm abductors and adductors, and medial and lateral arm rotators.
The bones and joints used in phase 3 are the same used in phase 1 and 2.
The muscle groups in phase 3 of the golf swing are the finger flexors, forearm rotators, elbow flexors and extenders, arm extenders and flexors, arm abductors and adductors, and the medial and lateral arm rotators.
Phase 1 is only using isometric contraction by holding the club in place. Phase 2 is using concentric contraction with the flexion of the right arm as he raises the club. With phase 3, he will use both eccentric contraction with the downward extension of the arm and concentric contraction with raising of the club during the follow.